Hello everyone, welcome back to the lecture series of constraint optimization problem. In last lecture we have seen what are the KKT condition required to find out optimal solution for constraint optimization problem with inequality constraints. Okay, so in today's lecture we will see how we can solve any optimization problem using KKT conditions. Okay, so let us discuss our first problem, minimizing f, which is equals to 2x1 plus x2 subjected to x1 square plus x2 square less than equals to 4 and x1 minus x2 less than equals to 0. So how to solve this problem? So this is G1, this is G2. G1 is x1 square plus x2 square minus 4 less than equals to 0, and G2 is x1 minus x2 less than equals to 0. So first what we will see whether the problem is convex programming problem or not, because then only KKT conditions will be sufficient. Now it is a minimization type problem and all the constraints are of less than equals to type. So it will be convex programming problem when the function and constraints are convex. So first we will check objective function. So our objective function f is linear function. So as we have discussed in earlier lecture, if a function is linear function, so it is obviously a convex function. Okay, now we will see the first constraint G1. It's quadratic, so we will find out its Hazen matrix. Hazen matrix is double differentiation with respect to x1, that will be 2. Then next is partial derivative of f with respect to x1 x2, so its value is 0. Similarly its symmetric matrix 0 and it's 2. Okay, this you can see how we can find out Hazen matrix in definiteness of matrix. Okay, so now this is my Hazen matrix. Now we have to find out is it positive definite, semi-definite or negative definite, negative semi-definite. For that we will use minor test, in which our principal minor of first order is D1, which is 2. Okay, and principal minor of order 2 is 2 0 0 2. Determinant of principal minor of order 2 is 4. Both are greater than 0. Since all the minors are greater than 0, so my matrix is Hazen matrix is positive definite, and since it is a positive definite matrix, the given function is convex function. So G1 is convex function. Now we will come to G2. So G2 is again a linear function. If you will see, G2 is linear function, hence it is a convex function. So it is obvious all three are convex, therefore this is a convex programming problem. So now let us write down all the KKT conditions and try to find out x bar satisfying the KKT condition, that will be global minimum point of this problem by satisfying KKT condition. Okay, so we will try to write down KKT conditions. So what are KKT conditions? These are 4 KKT conditions. So since there are two constraint equations, G1 and G2, so there are two KKT multiplier, lambda 1 and lambda 2 will be involved. Okay, so according to first KKT condition, we will have delta fx bar plus lambda 1 G1 x bar plus lambda 2 G2 x bar is equals to 0. Okay, so if we put all the values, so what we will get? First terms are differentiation with respect to x1. So if you differentiate function, objective function with respect to x1, you will get 2. When you differentiate function with respect to x2, you will get 1. Okay, similarly lambda 1, when you differentiate x1 with respect to g1 with respect to x1, you will get 2x1, and with respect to x2 you will get 2x2. Similarly, second constraint, you will get 1 and minus 1, which is equals to 0, 0. Okay, so first terms are differentiation with respect to x1, and second terms are differentiation with respect to x2 for all the equations. Okay, so what we will obtain from here, I will just remove this line once. So we will make one equation from first terms. So this 2 plus lambda 1 2x1 plus lambda 2 is equals to 0, and from second it is 1 plus lambda 1 2x2 minus lambda 2 equals to 0. So these are two equations we are getting from first KKT condition. So these are two conditions we obtained here. Now what are the other conditions? So from second condition, again what we will have? We will have lambda 1, g1 is x1 square plus x2 square minus 4 should be equals to 0. That's your third condition. And similarly lambda 2 is x1 minus x2 is equals to 0, 4. So these two we get from first condition, this we are getting from second condition. From third, what we are getting? Third and fourth. From third, it is given that all the gi's should be less than and equals to 0. So my g1 is x1 square plus x2 square minus 4 should be less than equals to 0, and x1 minus x2 should be less than equals to 0. And last is all the KKT multiplier should be non-negative. So lambda 1 and lambda 2 should be greater than equals to 0 both. Okay, so and this is your feasible condition. Okay, so these are our cyclotic condition. Now how to solve this condition? Let us see. Now from these two conditions, you will see, I will just change the color of pen. From these two conditions, if you will see that this is into lambda 1 into g1 is should be equals to 0, and which is possible only when either one of these is 0. Similarly for this, either one of these should be 0, either lambda 1 or g1 or lambda 2 or g2 should be equals to 0. So which means we will have 4 different cases. So 4 different cases will be: case 1 is either lambda 1 is equals to 0 and lambda 2 equals to 0. Case 2 is lambda 1 equals to 0 and x1 minus x2 is equals to 0, because both can't be 0 at the same time. Okay, so if lambda 2 is not 0, then obviously this will be 0, which will give us x1 minus x2 equals to 0, which is nothing but x1 equals to x2. Now the case 3 is Now lambda 2 is 0, then obviously lambda 1, if it's not 0, this side will be 0, so it is x1 square plus x2 square should be equals to 4. And last case 4 is that either x1 square plus x2 square is equals to 4 and x1 equals to 2. So these are some conditions. So we obtained 4 cases which can be obtained from these conditions, from these 2 conditions. Okay, now suppose the first condition. If you will consider the first condition, when lambda 1 and lambda 2 is 0, and so from that what you will get is, if you put this in first 2 equations, what you will get, lambda 1 is 0, lambda 2 is 0, so you will get for the first condition, what you will get is 2 is equals to 0 from equation 1, and from equation 2 you will get 1 is equals to 0, which is not possible. 2 can't be equals to 0, so it's not possible. So this condition is not possible, this case is not possible. Okay, now again we will see the second condition case for these 2 conditions. If you will put lambda 1 equals to 0 in this case, so you will get lambda 2 equals to 2, and from here you will get lambda 2 equals to 1, which is again not possible. It is, sorry, it's minus and it's plus 1, so it's not possible because same variable can't have 2 values. Lambda 2 is minus 2 and 1, which is not possible because lambda 2 will have only one value, that must be non-negative. First thing is that must be non-negative. Okay, so case 2 is also not possible. Now we will come to case 3. Okay, in case 3 lambda 2 is 0 and x1 square x2 square is equals to 4. So lambda 2 is 0, this holds, then what we will obtain from this condition, these 2 conditions, you will obtain that x1 lambda 1 is equals to minus 1 and x2 lambda 1 is minus half. Now we will check these 2 conditions, okay, in our next slide. From lambda 2 equals to 0 we get x1 lambda 1 equals to minus 1, x2 lambda 1 equals to minus 1 by 2. By using this equation, now put the value of x1 and x2 in this equation, you will get minus 1 by lambda 1 whole square plus minus half by lambda 1 whole square is equals to 4. When you solve it, you will get that lambda 1 square is 5 by 16, that is lambda 1 is plus minus root 5 by 4. So from this equation you know that lambda 1 can't be negative, so lambda 1 is root 5 by 4. So you get the value of lambda 1. Now by using lambda 1 find the value of x1. So x1 is what? x1 is minus 4 by lambda 5 and x2 is minus 2 by lambda 5. Okay, so now you get x1 x2. From there you have to check that for this point all the conditions are satisfied or not. Now this condition obviously holds, this condition is satisfied, that means this condition is satisfied. Now for this condition, x1 minus x2 should be less than equals to 0. Put the value of x1, x2. x1 is minus 4 by root 5, minus minus will become plus 2 by root 5, which is minus 2 by root 5, which is less than equals to 0. Hence this condition is satisfied. Okay, so yes, this condition is satisfied. Hence all these points, all the KKT condition holds, and the problem is convex programming problem also. So any point satisfying KKT conditions along with that f and g are convex, then that point is your global minimum point of the problem. So we can say that this point is global minimum point for the given problem. Since lambda 1 is greater than 0, lambda 2 is greater than equals to 0, this condition is satisfied. These conditions are also satisfied. Okay, since it's 4 minus 4, this will be 0, this condition is satisfied. Even these conditions are satisfied. Hence my given point is global minimum point. Okay.